Discretion is advised.
Happy Monday, you're listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 176. We are in patch 7.3. Tonight we're going to be talking about all the news from World of Warcraft, Blast from the Past with BlizzCon, pet highlights featuring Gemma Banks, Velen lore, right? I think I have that. Is that Velen? Yes? Question mark? Pretty sure I got that right. And Gemma, later on in the show, is going to be picking 2 winners for his pet giveaway. We have that and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there is a group that defies convention. A group that stands in the face of trolls and doesn't flinch. A group that strives on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve. A group that eats tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell, the PWNCAST Vanguard. Snap back and get faster for the pet battle Grandmaster, Gemma Banks. He's sharp as a dagger with that dapper swagger, Secret Sauce. With holy might as strong as his ancient knowledge, Remedies, the Argent Loremaster. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and just unmute these guys straight away. I feel wow, that's super awkward.
Hi.
It's very awkward when stuff like that happens. Welcome back, gentle mans.
Hello.
Mans is plural for 2. Man?
Yeah, just like meese is plural for mouse.
What did I say? Mouses? That was super embarrassing, guys. Not one of my finer moments in this life for sure. I did bring the monk who believes he can fly. Probably not as good as R. Kelly, but we're going to let him... we're going to let him believe that. I did bring Gemma Banks.
Definitely as good now, but it just took way too long to get flying. But yes, I can officially fly in Legion. I still can't fly in Warlords, but I thought I was done. I thought all I needed was a little bit of rep, and then I got the rep, and it was like, no, I had a side off quest in Suramar, so I had a couple extra things to just finish off, and I can finally fly, yeah.
And it was easier because they removed the restrictions on it.
Yes, we are going to actually talk about that a little bit later. Thank you, Rem, for stealing my segment. I appreciate that. You're solid. Just kidding. At least you know the news, which is important. That's an important quality in a cast member, so I appreciate that you are on the, the whatever the fuck we're doing here, guys.
The news train.
Yeah, you're on the news train. With that, I did also bring the priest who has no life. Actually, that's not really his intro. He's the master of the Veiled Argonites.
I mean, it is accurate, but no, I just did a lot of farming. I went through 6. So at 650, you can get the stuff from the vendor for the new gear, and I did that like 3 times over on some of my tunes. So
yeah, and even though it's what 915.
Yeah.
Right. So the item level for the gear that has the Veiled Argonites, I apologize, there seems to be something going on downstairs.
Someone's going to die.
I don't really know what's going on downstairs, but I'm sure they're going to stop whatever the fuck they're doing after they hear me very loudly telling them to shut up. But beyond all of that, so it's 9:15, but was it you that got the 940?
Yeah, because I needed a relic, and it procced to 940.
940, guys. 940.
Whoa.
That's better than what you can get in Raid right now. Well, not really, but it's comparable to Raid. Which
for basic clears of Tomb, yeah.
And then let me tell you what I did. I rushed to the vendor to buy one, hoping I would have that same grace, and I just got the same shit I already had.
That's not good.
It wasn't completely my favorite, I'm not going to lie. But, yes, that is, you are the...
Wait, no, because it was actually beneficial to you, because I remember it, like, the factor on it was better, but it was the same level. See, good stuff happens.
Good stuff happens to bad people, Rem. Just kidding. You're not a bad people. I'm just kidding. So you guys have probably noticed that his view is a little different. He is actually in.
Oh, yeah.
He is in a room in my house. It's not his normal guest bedroom because Remedies. I don't know who Donovan is. He has his own room here for when he visits. But my mother is in town, so my mother's taking his room.
Sold it.
So the daughter graciously decided to give him the room so that he could do the show in there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's.
But is he off center a little bit though? He doesn't
He's
look.
a little bit. His camera's a little bit.
I'm not in my normal environment, okay?
He's a little. He acts like he's not like comfortable here, but he has his whole setup. Like he just.
There's nail polish still on the desk, okay? I'm not in
Yesterday, I went
normal.
in there to talk to him, and I almost freaked out because I forgot that it was not his natural room, and I almost said, "Why the fuck do you have nail polish on your desk?" And then I realized it was my kid's room.
I'm
My
not
daughter
including-
likes to sleep on the leather couch downstairs anyway, so I don't normally let her sleep on that couch, so she kind of took advantage of him being here to be able to sleep on the leather. So, good times, man. Good times. Good
Times in the Bell Kingdom or what?
in the PWNCAST gaming house. My mom said, "Does your friend do you guys hang out?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? We hang out every night on the computer. I don't understand what you mean." And she's like, "But he's just he's there." I'm like, "Yeah, he comes here for a vacation. I don't know why he comes to my house for a vacation, but I'm pretty sure he loves my dogs and my kids more than, me." But I was like, "Yeah, he's like the best friend ever. He doesn't require a lot of entertainment. Here's the internet, done, boom, we're good."
Didn't you make him sign like a visit your house every so many month contract? Like he's obligated
It's
to
in
do
the friend.
that.
It's in the friend clause. But this
Right.
was I did poor planning because I forgot the dates my mom was going to be here, so I kind of double booked guests, which is fine.
It's like Christmas. They have the whole family over.
He just had to hear my mom's loud mouth all day, every day, which is, there could be worse things. But
The apple doesn't fall
No,
far from the tree.
the apple does not fall far from the tree. I think I'm the tamer one, though. Rem, would you not say that I am the less...
Please assist.
Okay. I see what you did there. Cool. So this week, the bonus event is the arena skirmishes. So make sure you guys get in, get out, go do your things, be happy,
Yeah.
burk, do stuff. The PvP brawl, this is going to be the interesting one. It's the Shadowpan Showdown. So this is going to be the Tiger's Peak Arena. And basically, you will race for control of a center control point to activate one of two bosses. So I like how I was like one of two bosses. I don't know how to count. The first to kill the other team's boss wins. That's going to be interesting.
I was just going to say that.
I think we're in tomorrow to check it out, yeah? Is that a date?
So you're just giving me praise of being in the news, but I wasn't aware of this Shadowpan Showdown. Is
It's
this
kind of funny. I recall, Rem, there being an episode where you were like, there's only 4 PvP
I
brawls,
do remember that.
And remember,
Yeah.
I was very mad because I knew there was more because I paid attention. I heard them during the Q&A talk about how they were developing more PvP brawls.
Obviously, you realize that I won because you got so pissed. So
Right, but you were like convincing me that I was wrong, and I knew that I was right. So it's funny that you would say that you didn't know that was a thing.
this one's brand new though. This
To
one
make you-
wasn't in the
To make you
beginning.
feel better, I didn't know about this one either because this is brand new. So
To make you feel worse, because you disagreed with Bell, you delayed the viewers' episode by like 5 minutes by arguing. So good job, Ram.
yeah.
Welcome. I think what you meant to say, Jimmy Banks, was thank you.
So yeah, I'm in for that tomorrow.
You're welcome.
Please don't.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's gonna get stuck in my head. Yeah. So, also, the Lucid Nightmare was found by the Secret Finders. I want you guys to know that by the time it's even relevant, I'll have a guide video for it. I'm actually working on one, but Wowhead has in the comments, the Secret Finders Discord people, they found it. The guide is a little convoluted. I did find out today that there is a Lucid Nightmare helper add-on that will help with the
I believe it's the maze or something.
the lights on the ground and some other stuff. So get that, just search Lucid Nightmare add-on and you guys could, whatever. In the next couple of weeks, I will have a guide video. I'm actually going through it right now. There was a little bit of a hiccup in me getting frustrated. It was really late, and I just was not having any of that bullshit. But yeah, so I am working on that. There is the commenters, there is stuff on there, and I'm sure there's other players who are going through it that are, probably have stuff. There is a shadow, what is it called? The shadow veiled mask. Shadow weave mask that you're going to need. So make sure that you go buy it. I bought mine in the auction house yesterday. It was only 3K gold. It was originally like when it was first found that you needed this mask, tailors were putting it in there for they were putting it in there for like 50K. Now the recipe is something that was removed. I think Hero said that it was removed in Kata and that they brought it back in 7.3. So it's an old recipe. You might not have it. I know my tailor didn't have it, but go buy it. Hopefully hopefully your auction house on your server's so flooded with the shadow weave masks that they're a dime a dozen. It's funny because I can make everything else in that shadow weave set with the exception of the mask, which is kind of sad, but what are you going to do?
Kind of rude. Yeah.
Mask off.
And as Rem stated earlier, Blizz did hotfix the requirements for completing Suramar things. So Nightfallen requirements removed from several Suramar quests, making it possible to complete the Suramar campaign without any reputation gates. So previously, for those of you who did the Suramar content, or maybe you didn't know because you said fuck Suramar, you were gated behind certain reputation sets before a new quest would proc in the campaign. So that's actually been removed. You could just go one right after another and get that stuff knocked out to get your flying, which I'm assuming that's probably why Jimma magically has his flying right now, and it isn't because he worked really super hard to get it. I think it's because he doesn't have to farm the rep to be able to get it. So
Yep.
Good things.
In the place of hashtag fan favorite.
I've had the rep for a while. It wasn't the rep for Suramar that was holding me back.
I have to say that it is still very much the fan favorite. I went there the other day and I just felt so good being in the city. I flew around and just kind of hung out and just remembered the feeling of when that first...
Just wait till you see Cool Terrace.
You know what, I'm excited. That's what I was going to say. I'm excited for the new expansion because I'm hoping that there will be a map that awes me the way that Suramar did. I want to recreate that feeling. I was near tears when me and Rem were in this map in beta before Legion was launched, and I want to remember, I want to have that feeling of being so prideful of something that Blizzard's created and that I get to be a part of that. Not helping them, of course, because Blizz doesn't like me enough to give me a job, but in paying them for the pleasure of their company, so to speak. That was a good joke, guys. Rem, you should have laughed. It was funny. No?
Why didn't you laugh?
He just isn't excited about stuff anymore.
He's all Hollywood lately.
I know, he just has no...
What?
Maybe he's mega relaxed from his vacation. So,
yeah, good.
He's been pretty much like me. We've been a bum for the last couple days. Although my son did tell on him for eating his Rice Krispie.
I heard him and Grandma stealing those Rice Krispie treats.
My son came up to me and said, "Mom, they are eating my treats." I said, "Who is eating your treats? Gosh." Donovan, because he says it with an F, Donovan and Grandma. I had to go buy him another box, and there was still a half a box. There wasn't like it wasn't.
I had one. He must have saw me.
It's not the point.
It was quite funny. Okay, so moving on. So week 2 for Argus is happening, and obviously by the time you guys watch this, but here's what you can expect. So we're going to be finishing up the Crocun storyline. We're going to be opening up the first half of Macquarie. Now the southern part of Macquarie, including those void quests that I had talked about in a previous episode, those won't be open until chapter 3. But you'll be able to open up part of that zone and go ahead and start questing there. You're going to complete the second chapter, which it's called The Dark Awakenings, is the second chapter for Argus. You're going to unlock the invasion points and the greater invasion points, although I'm still confused on if the rifts are the same as the invasion points. I think that they are, and I might be confusing myself, but I don't really know that I fully understand that concept. But Rem will explain it to me while we're actually doing these things in game so that I'll have a better understanding. I know the invasion points, you don't need to have the rift stone, but I think rifts you have
Well,
to have.
on the adventure guide at the moment, invasion points are labeled for the new world bosses. So
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess that does. You are right. I think I did. That is where the world bosses are, which we know because we went in and we killed a really big pit lord. Well, no, when I went by myself, it was a pit lord. The next time, I think it was whatever those big giant demons are with horns. We're also going to unlock 2 more world quest spots, which are going to be in the first half of Macquarie. So you'll get access to more world quests, which right now there's already quite a bit of world quests. So by the time we're done, there's going to be a good amount of daily stuff for you to do to collect all those things.
yeah, just be careful of high noon in that zone.
I hate you. What's funny is somebody posted a picture of McCree and Macquarie, the map next to each other, and I was like, that guy stole my thought process because I did think the same thing. I thought that Blizzard did that on purpose. They steal my joy all the time, guys. People are just joy stealers. They're just... Ugh. So that's what we have to look forward to this week in Argus. I've seen some complaints on the Twitter sphere about people complaining about Argus, and I'm wondering why people are sad about it. I love Argus. I love what we're doing there. They're like, oh, more world quests. Hello, that's kind of the name of the game, this expansion. So we can't do anything else until the dungeon comes out, until the invasions, until the rifts, until the raid. So I just don't understand.
Every expansion has an Achilles heel for something to complain about.
People are just so
Like,
grumpy.
Area, everyone called it World of Daily Craft because I mean there was a shit ton of dailies, but
I really liked
everyone
Pandaria.
complained about it.
I go back now and I love it. I love Miss Pandaria in general. I really like pandas because they're fat.
Yeah,
I'm sure I offended panda lovers everywhere. But
or fat pandas.
Or fat pandas for sure. So, Icy Veins was kind enough to break down some undocumented changes. Kudos to Rem because Rem sent me a message and I was like, already have it saved. Some undocumented changes. Now, I'm not going to list all of them, but I am going to list the ones that I think matter, which was almost all of them. There was some I left out that just didn't make any sense.
I'm thinking it's going to be a biased list. So,
Time Walking Gear is up to 880, which I think we talked about. I think Rem said it was like 850. I don't do a lot of time walking because it takes too bloody long, and my attention span, it just is not a thing. And that's for both vendor and the drops. So it's 880. That just kind of snuck in there as an upgrade, which is really nice. Players also can now jump while levitated, as well as when the moonkin is flapping or has flap. I don't know. I don't flap. So, but they can now jump during both of those.
It's a glyph where it's like a levitate pretty much.
Oh, so you can now jump with those two things happening, and Mage's Slow Fall retains momentum when its effects end. So you no longer like make a straight drop when your slow fall ends and you drop. Like you'll just keep kind of coasting to the ground, which is nice. I am a mage on one of my alts, and I forget to blink and slow fall, which is really embarrassing. Warlock's Infernal's got a major model update. Now, here was what was funny. When I say major model update, the other day before I seen these notes, we're in Zoom and we're gay, and I'm like, my Infernal looks way more infernally. And everybody was making fun of me. They're like, what does that even mean? I don't know. He just looks way more infernally to me. Well, he got a nice little upgrade with his Fellfire. So
it's not really a major model update. It was just like a visual effects on the.
Yep, that's pretty major. For me, it's major. Major subjective.
No.
To me, it's major. It was a major update to me.
A major update would be reworking the skeleton and everything.
You do not get to fucking decide what my definition of major is. You are not the major boss.
You can't say major model update.
I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. You want to know why I can say whatever the fuck I want to say? Because I'm in the center box. Rem, when you're in the center box, you can say whatever you want to say.
I'm going to go put fire vinyl on my car. Major model update.
To me, it was a major update because the Infernals, even though they got, I think they got an update in Draenor whenever they did the huge revamp of all the things. It to me was very major because it was not only just a subtle change as you might call it. It was actually a pretty noticeable. For me to notice something right away, Like, I noticed it right away. So, yes, it was a major visual. How about that? A major visual change. Does that make you happy? Is that good for you, Rem?
Wording
Do you want to
is good.
pre-approve what comes out of my mouth before I say it to make sure that it's accurate
You talk
according
way
to
too
you?
much to do that, sorry.
I hate him so much, but I love him.
That'd be
Okay.
a full-time job.
But yes,
He would be busy all day because very rarely do I say.
but no, on your side of that, it does look really good.
Yeah, it really is pretty. It is a little off-putting when you're not like expecting it and your screen is like growing. It's like glowing green at you, but it's really, really nice. Let's see. The Armies of the Legionfall Quartermaster on Broken Shore sells follower catch-up items. So they have the Grimoire of Lost Knowledge, which costs 2,500 nether shards and grants follower 6,000 XP, which is, I mean, that's not a whole lot, in my opinion. But
It's really nice when you have those
under
companions
110?
that are under 110.
Yeah,
Yeah, other
I guess
than that,
anything over that, I think you're just kind of wasting your money, right? If you're trying to get them like epic and all that for the higher quality. And then the Relinquished Armor set costs 400 nether shards and increases the follower's item level to 880. And it's a BOA, which is nice. So
yeah, that one's like amazing.
yeah, that's pretty legit, guys. And that's good because if you aren't fortunate enough to find a Crokle armor set in one of the chests while you're on Argus right away, that's completely fine to not, because that's giving you that option. Invisible walls were added to the Strand of the Ancient boat, so you can no longer run off. I think.
Oh man,
I think that's a small quality of life improvement. I wouldn't dare say anything major because, God forbid, I misuse the word.
that's major.
Is that not major too?
If I've done it and then you've had your teammates do it, so it just gimps you if you have a few people be silly.
Well, I thought
Auto ran off that so many times.
I
Yeah, if you're-
heard people like the gimps though. Yes, is the gimps not in? No. Okay.
The fiendish gimps for pet battles.
The fiendish gimps.
Oh.
Titan Forge in the weekly order hall chest was buffed, and this was intended, and this is moving forward. So it was not just intended for 1 week. So yay!
Yay!
Legionfall quests were updated with the following changes, which I think this is really awesome. Mark of the Syntax now requires 50 instead of the 100, which is A-okay. Self-fulfilling prophecy, completing 8 world quests down from 12. Intolerable infestation, where you had to kill the 100 demons, now it's only 50. Relieved of their valuables, where you have to go and find the chests and compete with 30 other fucking people on your map and click and all that. It's 3 from 5, which is really good. Take out the head, which is really awkward. Appears to only require killing 1 broken shore broken shore rare instead of 3, which is good. That's great. They really, honestly, in my opinion, they shouldn't have anything gated up to Argus anymore. We're done with all that bullshit. I don't think I should not have to do anything in Broken Shore. I just feel like all that is just, I'm not happy about any of that.
Feel
guys.
better now?
I do
that good?
feel a little better now that I got that off my chest. I
Good.
feel like that was important for me to tell you guys that I was feeling some type of way.
Seemed like it was stressing you out.
Yeah.
So like I said, that was going to be a little. So there's actually a big tidbit that you didn't put in there.
What? If
About
I
the
didn't put it
shaman.
in there was a reason, because I didn't give a shit. The fact
is it
that the
a
shaman
major
animations
one?
were not added is nothing that's newsworthy. I
felt
don't
bad about
care.
that.
I
Would you
don't
say it's major or
care.
minor? Let him get it off his chest. I feel like it's
The
important
shaman
to-
animations didn't actually go live. The changes, they didn't actually go live. But I
The
don't
first
need to
thing,
tell.
lightning and light
But I
bolt.
don't need to tell people there. If people are shamans, they are aware, right?
Well,
What'd you
they
say?
aren't aware of the official reason. There's a much good way.
I did. I also left
Was
out the
good.
hunter. The hunter wing flap was fixed on the hunter mount because it looked. What
Who
did
cares about the hunter mount?
there were some things that I left out that, as a whole, they were class specific, and they were tiny things that obviously I don't need to tell you, shamans, that your animation. Hey, your animation didn't go live if you didn't notice it this week. Obviously.
Because they're fixing it, they're making it look prettier. But
Well, and I think it could use some work, actually. So I think it's a good idea that they're taking their time with it, right?
no.
Is that major?
Yeah, would you say that's major?
Yeah, totally.
I would say that's a major.
Swing.
So that's not a minor, that's a major.
It gives them time to think about the warlock animations they'll never do.
I'm okay. They don't really need to do anything. They made changes in Legion. I'm okay.
Well, they made all the major ones at least.
Yeah, they changed.
No, I got like the casting animation.
I might
from
kill
the-
my dogs. They changed Incinerate and some other stuff. So I don't want them to touch my Chaos Bolt. Like everything is
No,
looking
it's not
A-okay.
the visual effect of it. It's the casting animation of the character's hands. So it's more visually appealing.
Well, they all look like they're trying to do sign language anyway when they're doing stuff. So, I mean, whatever. I don't really need much work. I'm pretty happy with, she looks like she's playing the banjo with some of the stuff Belle does when she's casting. So, you made that a
Can
little
you show
weird.
us?
Ayo, Cotton Eye
You guys
Joe.
just made that a little weirder than I was anticipating, which is kind of strange.
Well, you forgot about the shamans, Belle,
Yeah, Shaman Lives Matter.
right?
Well, do they though? Is that
I don't know. I don't play
Elemental
one.
matters.
I don't.
you guys made me feel really awkward.
We do that from time to time.
Artifact knowledge is also for this week. The global bonus sits at 42. In case you didn't know, I
Oh.
really like how some news websites posted that as news, as if this just in. Guess what, guys? The global bonus is working. I feel like I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon and let you guys know that when you log in, you're gonna see it at 42 because
Yeah,
you
they
guys don't
added a
have
major update.
eyeballs.
They added a major update for Artifact Knowledge.
It was major for artifact knowledge.
They upped it to 42.
So it's at 42. I'm really in a mood today, guys, and I'm not grumpy either. I'm in a great mood.
Without the wine.
I have no. That's probably it. I don't have my wine glass up here. It's being washed, so that sadly.
Yeah, 42 is the answer to life. in case you
Right, right. So it is 42 is this week. So, that's good for you guys to do
Nice.
stuff.
Get more AP, right? Winning.
They also have
Gotta get the tiger's blood.
there's hot fixes that were made to, I think, mythic level. Let me just double check. There's some random stuff on Argus that was fixed. Nothing too serious. A couple class tweaks.
What tweakers?
All players are now granted the achievement Part of History at level 110. That was hot fixed. And then some... Oh, yeah, there's some Kill Jaden, Fallen Avatar, and Goroth changes, which is cool. Nothing really too serious, except something you might be interested in for professions. Due to a bug, the glyph... the technique Glyph of Fell Touch Shards will temporarily no longer drop from Inquisitor Vethros. So, Scribes.
Is that minor or major?
Well, it's minor. Scribes, if you're trying to get this to drop, it's not going to drop because it's temporarily, not part of the stuff. I really hate you both right now. Equally, though, I love you and hate you. And I don't know kind of what that even means in the long run. I just know that we're forever, right?
Menopause.
Forever and ever.
I like to call it mental pause. Mental pause. Like, pause, I'm about to be mental, right?
Blizzard did an update on Belle's menopause spell. Not funny, actually. Not at all.
So
A minor change.
we're going to move on to it's literally, that is never going to be lived down. We are going to be saying major and minor for the rest of the land of time.
Sure.
So I also I forgot to point out at the beginning of the show, in case you haven't noticed, Secret is not here today. I don't really know that we will be expecting Secret back. To be perfectly honest with our viewers, Secret's got a lot of good stuff going on in his life right now, and it's really good for him, and I am gonna just let him go and do that thing in his life because we're still friends. He's my bud. He has a lot of life change things that have happened, and I just want him to just enjoy what he's got going on with life without having to feel like he's shackled here every Monday. So versus him and I being frustrated with each other and him feeling like he's letting me down and me wanting to set him on fire because he's missing episodes, I think that it's just kind of a good thing to just let him go live his life, and we'll do our thing. The great news in that, guys, in case you're wondering, there will be no cast changes. They will not be bringing anybody in to replace. We are just going to 3-man this. I think that we do better with us 3, and my sanity is better with less people to corral. So I think it's good. I think, it's good for all parties around, and it's good things. So make sure, we still love Secret, and he'll still be there with us at BlizzCon and all that. But Mama Bear kind of just giving him a pass to just go do whatever weird shit Secret does.
He barbecues a lot.
He does barbecue. He's like me. We like to eat, man.
I would make a tune called Chef Sauce if I was him.
My name's Chuck, and I like to party. So with that, I really am excited about your segment, Gemma, which is something I never thought I'd hear myself say. But I had fun pulling these images for you. But some of these I never knew because I wasn't on the BlizzCon bandwagon until I think I got my 2013 and 2014. I got the virtual tickets. But I was never like, or maybe it was 14. I don't know if they were available in 2013. But
they were.
Were they?
Yeah.
So I remember feeling how excited about us getting the goodies, the digital goodies,
absolutely.
when I even just buying the virtual tickets. So what are you going to talk about with your stroll down memory lane?
All of the Murky pets are all of the pets they've been given away. Actually, when you were talking memories, like we probably bought the virtual ticket the same, you and I, and we both attended our first BlizzCon the same year, right? So we actually went for the first time the same year, not actually knowing each other, but we hung out there. But yeah, a lot of BlizzCon hype, a lot of, it's only 2 months away. Some of us haven't bought our plane tickets. Some of us know where we're.
When he says some of us, Gemma's the only one in the some of us. I have my hotel. Rem has his hotel with, I think Gemma is in Rem's hotel, so I don't think that's an issue. I have my way to the con. Rem has his way to the con, so I think when he says some of us, he means just himself.
We gonna get there, okay? Cali's the thing, and it's gonna be exciting. And of course, the first one, I think it was the first BlizzCon in 2005, and we had the Murky pet, right? They gave away the cards, a code on it to scratch. It's the first Murky. It set it off. The blue Murloc egg is the item, and then of course it turns into Murky. Now this goes for over $3,000 on BlizzCon. On eBay. I'm not saying anyone has actually paid that, but it just seems to keep going up because there's just limited codes going around, right? So they become rarer and more rare as they become more extinct in the wild, right? So Murky is cool. Grunty is also very cool. He's the homie. My display pic on warcraftpets.com, you get to select a pet, and that's your image for your profile. And
what was he? What is the description of him? Was he a storm? What is he? I
think he's one of the StarCraft troopers.
Oh, okay.
I know there's a better name for it, but because I'm not that big into.
They're Terran.
Boom.
Terran, Marines. Yeah.
Right. They're Marines.
Oh, they're Marines. Okay.
They're there to protect you in big, massive amounts. And early in my WoW career, Warcraft career, I said I would never pay for stuff in Warcraft other than my subscription and buying the expansions as they came out, right? Well, a year and a half into my YouTube pet battle career, right, I said I need this pet, and I paid slightly over $150 for that pet about maybe 3 years ago, roughly. Some of you laughing.
Which pet are we on?
Grunty.
We're still on Grunty. Okay, I'm a bad Vanna White. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. Did we go to the next one? We're still talking about Grunty, and a lot of you last week laughed because of how cheap I am. Instead of transmogging my gear, I may have put on my level 85 gear and looked foolish. But what now? Look how much money I save, right? To just splurge on ridiculous things. Deathy, we might have already seen. Maybe not. Deathy was from 2010, and I don't have Deathy. It does look cool overall, but I don't have any experience battling with it. I've battled against it very few times, but overall looks very cool. Deathy, right? We had Deathwing happening around the Cataclysm era.
I liked this. I wish I would have known about this back then, because this might be something that I might stock in my, I might see if there's is it a card? Can I do the eBay thing for this one or no?
You could.
Interesting.
Okay, this is a small tidbit. Can I roll back and can you never use the word splooge again on the show?
Did I use that?
What are you saying?
I didn't say that word, did I?
Are you saying it means something weird, Rem? You're nasty.
He said I save my money so I can splurge it or something.
Oh, splurge, not splooge. Don't twist my segment around, bud.
So this just in, if you need a splurger to splooge, Jim is in and on your side.
If it's the right type of thing, yes,
Whoa,
I'll splurge, right?
that is super switched on. All right,
Very
we hijacked your
splurgy.
segment. Sorry.
We're good. Cheers. We could show Mercablo from 2011 as I sip this water because it's also another pet I don't have.
He's awkwardly sipping his water for those on audio, but he sipped it kind of with the pinky. Anyway,
I don't feel awkward.
You
I
got to
feel
keep
great.
your pinky up.
And it looked like there was nothing for 2012. So we have Merc-a-Lot for 2013. Now, this was my first virtual ticket. Bell might have purchased this one as well. Maybe not. Maybe it was Gromlock. But Merc-a-Lot is very good. And this pet made Jimma Banks go, "You're getting it done, Blizzard." Like, this was a very well-designed.
I thought we were on Mercablo.
We're on Merc-a-Lot.
Shite.
It's okay.
Did we do Mercablo?
Yeah, excuse me. We just finished Mercablo. Now we go to Merc-a-Lot.
We're there.
We're there, and it's okay. Merc-a-Lot is amazing. Like, design-wise, it looks very good, and it also has some very unique abilities, right? You have, in the first move slot, you can choose between 2 unique abilities, and then the second move slot, I really like the 2 abilities also. You have a Falling Murloc, which it launches into the air and just does a lot of damage. And then also an ability to reduce damage for 3 rounds. So I really like those moves. You may have heard me mention those before. Reflective Shield is very cool. And Righteous Inspiration is very cool because you can, you're immediately subbed out and then another pet is subbed in and it does double the damage on the next ability. And that ability always goes first. So on your Merc-a-Lot, you use it, it gets subbed out automatically, and then you do mucho damage the next round. So just overall, this is an amazing pet. And thinking of the segment, I put this probably in my top 10 overall, not for battling, just in everything, you know, appearance, abilities. It's just such a good pet. And then we have Gromlock from 2014. And I know Bell didn't do the virtual ticket this year, actually, because this was our first BlizzCon. And I freaked out when I got home because I messaged the group of people I went for at like 3 a.m. I didn't have my pet in game, and you actually had to go to your email and redeem the code, but I woke some people up in my panic. But Gromlock's very awesome. Just, I really like the way it looks. It has some great abilities. It has Vicious Slice that cuts up Dragonkin pets, or Smash, which is something that will crush the critters, right? In the second move slot, we have Mighty Charge. This is a great ability, has a 4-round cooldown, and it has a cooldown because it does so much damage. And I always select in the third move slot Giant's Blood. It will heal you and then increase your damage by 25% for 3 rounds, making the previously mentioned moves, you know, hit even harder. So that's great. Gromlock was an awesome pet. Then we had Mercadin, right? Legion hype, Illidan hype. We found out, I believe, that BlizzCon what was going down. And this is another, just the last 3 that I mentioned, design-wise, I'm very impressed with. They battle great. Mercadin has an ability called Mercmorphosis. Struggling here, but you transform into like an even crazier like looking Illidan, and all your damage is increased, and your critical strike chance is up by 25%. So it just looks really cool. It's a neat ability. It also has an undead ability for the first move slot, and all of the Merkies are humanoid, right? So undeads just literally rip apart these poor humanoid pets. But with this undead ability in the first move slot, there's definitely a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. So that's good for Mercadin.
I wish I would have had that photo ready.
For Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, that would have been really good. I really need to get better about anticipating the stuff you guys say and just toss it in there.
Right? Whoa, take it easy. I wish I actually said it a little better, right? But I'm glad you got the reference, right? It was good. It was bad. But last BlizzCon, right? A big moment. Rem's first one. We all got to know each other a little better. And they said we couldn't have 2 pets. So they gave us 2 pets. They actually gave us a Knight Captain Murky and a Legionnaire Murky, one representing each side, Horde and Alliance. And design-wise, they're right up there. I don't know if I'm ready to say they're the best. You can decide which ones you like, but just like graphic-wise, scale-wise, they're done very well.
You know, I would have to say that they were done pretty great, except all we did was throw armor on Murlocs, essentially. So design-wise, I wouldn't say that it was major. I would say that it was minor. However, I will say that the Mercadan was the most major, and probably Deathy also, because he did look like Deathwing. In as far as design is concerned, but cute nonetheless. I agree, it's one of my favorites.
But look at the skin on these.
They had to make new shields Murloc size. Okay.
Right? That's not easy. Like, imagine printing up a
And
million of those.
The design in general is better with model updates for sure. So
Yeah,
very-
look at that.
yeah.
That toughened skin on those Murlocs, right? Very, very cool. I haven't done a lot of battling with them, but again, visually they look great. They do have some cool abilities, but they battle very similar. They have the same type of abilities, right? So overall, I did have fun. I'm glad you did pulling the pictures. Of course, we appreciate being able to see the images and bring the segment to life. So thank you for that. And I can't wait to find out. We don't really find out until we're almost there or as we're getting there what we're going to get this year.
Should be next month.
And man, I can't wait. Let's get some more Murlocs in the collection.
Yeah, it's interesting. Me and Rem, I think we might all three have been talking about what we think the possible Murlocs would be, or the Murloc would be. Obviously, it would be Argus, but what if it was like a Kill Jaden Murloc? Or Rem, what did you say earlier?
I was thinking it's going to be involved with the Void, because with the Murlocs, you usually go a step forward instead of the current.
So it would look all voidy, or how would it look?
That would be kind of legit. We do deal a lot with the Void, and I'm assuming that's going to be part of what we deal with in the future, which Rem would know.
Yeah, typically what their like their major content push out is what the Murky is relevant to. Like the Crusader Murky, the Mercolot was involved with the Crusader for Diablo 3. And right now they have Jaina in the forefront of the keynote.
It better not be Jaina Murloc.
I agree. I feel like you guys are hard on Jaina, but I would not want a Jaina Murloc.
Well, maybe
Murky
she
will
would have
be-
little, it'd be a girl, so anyway.
But I'm hoping Murky will be involved with the Void.
I just
So
made
we'll
it
see,
weird,
though.
didn't I? Made it.
A little bit.
No, it was minor.
It was minor. It wasn't major weird. It was minor weird. These guys, man, they make my whole day.
Stressful.
No, not at all. Not
No?
even the slightest.
Oh, nice.
That was a great segment, Gemma.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Very outside the box. I really do appreciate that for sure. That's super weird with Rem voguing. So let's talk about. I thought.
But wait, there's more.
There isn't more. Is there
No,
more?
there actually is. He.
I was going to let
something
you
that he
finish, but Remedy's won the best video.
Was there more?
No, the undocumented stuff that.
Oh,
think
yes.
Gemma
If
overlooked.
Gemma were to look in his segment, he will see that I highlighted two things for the undocumented changes for him to talk about because it's pet related. Yay!
Obviously, very important, right? I'm glad that I have that.
I know. Thank you for being prepared, Gemma. It's good for my soul that you were prepared and ready and that you did your due diligence this week. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Do you-
I'm cool. I don't have it. I thought you put it in. Oh, I'm in the.
I
I'm
did.
In
It's
episode
on-
165.
yeah,
Where's
that's not. We're 176, dear.
I know. I'm struggling.
But at least you came prepared with these undocumented changes for the pets that you were ready to talk about. I'm so happy that you had the forethought to put that in your segment early on throughout the week so that you wouldn't forget to talk about it today.
I agree, and I'm glad I didn't forget to talk about it. I can't find the link for this episode 175.
Well, the good news is we do have a chat, and it's probably in there right now. Probably in the chat for what we're recording in. But
Right.
I'm really, really excited. Yeah.
Go over these undocumented changes for the new pet tamer in Nomergan. Obviously, Environeer Bert that I discussed a few weeks ago
I
is
know,
still
but-
around.
But it's good to tell so people know that it's a new pet tamer in Nomergon again, just so people.
Of course. So to refresh from what I covered 4 weeks ago.
You mean to tell me you gave us news on an undocumented change that nobody else knew about?
This has been documented on the PWNCAST episode.
I'm gonna have to
Absolutely.
roll back and.
No, I 100% because I also compared it to Kryza not to be confused with Frieza.
Whenever you say Kryza, I always think of Frieza.
Think of Frieza, right?
Okay, so that was not news. You knew all that already, and you've told us before.
I didn't, but refresher, like from that pet tamer who's now available, like it just became available with the new patch that dropped.
Okay.
It does drop a new pet, the Eye of Inquisition, I believe it is. I forget the name, but I am being told in the document here it's Eye of Inquisition.
No, I don't know that that's connected, but the Eye of Inquisition.
I don't think that it is. I'll look for that pet of what drops.
But you have to look at the Eye of Inquisition can now be caged and traded, which is what was important about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have an Eye of Inquisition, you can now cage it and trade it. I don't know that it's connected to the Nomergon trainer. This was really bad on my part because I could have reminded Jimma that I did put stuff in his...
I think the Eye of Inquisition is from... this has always been being able to be traded. So if you were hanging out with other pet battle people,
this was
they gave
actually
you wrong information.
This, I don't think it was always able to be traded and caged.
Well, I have it, and I don't farm anything.
It was listed in the undocumented changes.
Oh, I see. So maybe I was wrong. I don't know. I'm very unorganized, but
at least you were prepared today with all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
Right.
We made it really awkward. It was my fault. My mom's here all this week, so I've not been on my A game with the show.
I blame Rem.
Well, I did the show yesterday. I did the show prep yesterday, so all the stuff was in there. And then I double checked today to make sure there was no new content.
I'm checking my pet battle collection because if I have this pet, then you could always unlearn it.
Yeah, but it personal items for cash.
Yeah, because he's hustling.
Right?
Every day I'm hustling. Okay, so now... So Rem, I see here you're going to be talking about the seat of the Triumvirate. Did I say that right? I'm sure you'll correct me if it's not major, right? Okay. So is this related to Velen then? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Velen isn't the focal point, but Velen is involved with the Triumvirate.
I'm going to let you speak your business.
Okay, so next week. We on week 3 of the gates, we will be getting the new dungeon as we progress through more of Argus, and so we will be going into the seated Triumvirate. And so I mentioned this before when I spoke about Kil'jaeden, Archimonde, and Velen, how they were the 3 leaders of the Draenei people, and the seated Triumvirate was like their head, not like the headquarters, but like where they held council and gave not only judgment but laws and all that good stuff. And so the seated Triumvirate is going to be on a Macquarie, and it is part of the Eridar culture. And so you have some people that are kind of encroached in there right now, and so you have a Naru who is currently residing in there, and this Naru name is Lara, I believe. Naru names are so confusing sometimes. But so when Velen first escaped from Argus, Hatun, who I mentioned before, the chieftain Hatun of the Krokul tribe on Argus, he sacrificed himself to allow Velen to escape, and Lara was one of the Naru that stayed behind and held back the Eridar that were trying to get to Velen because he was quote unquote the betrayer, not Kil'jaeden and Archimonde. And what happens with Naru, as if they are damaged or if their energy is fading from them, they not really quickly, but over time they drift from light to the void. So they never really truly die. They more of just transition between light and void. And so you have Lara, who is now what is called a void god, but it's kind of mislabeled because we have void gods in the void. We have the void lords. It's all, that part of the deal is confusing, but Lara is a fallen Naru who we will be dealing with. It is the last boss of the seated Triumvirate. And so the first boss is going to be Zural, the Ascended. He is a broken Draenei. And what happened was a Suppresh and Viceroy Nazar are 2 ethereals that have come to Argus to try and siphon the energy and subdue Lara and use the void that is it's almost like a beacon now because it's attracting all these people to Argus for the void energy. And like I said, Zoral is a broken Draenei, but what Viceroy Nazar does is he is trying to, almost like what the Fel does to the Eridar, where they become a demon and they become like pretty much Fel, they become part of the Twisting Nether, is he's putting the void energy and putting it into the body. It's like if you look at the images of Zoral the Extended, he looks like a mix of Venom from Spider-Man and Two-Face. And it's actually pretty interesting. Like he have half of his face is normal Draenei or broken Draenei, and the other half is void, and it's all twisted and distorted, and it's all evil looking. But he seems to be pretty on level with okay with this. He's going up against us. He's using his void energy, but that's something that we might be dealing with at some point, is the void energy taking over other people, maybe because of these ethereals that are able to harness the void. But Suppress is one of the ethereals in the state of the Triumvirate. He is they call him a skilled commander and strategist. These two ethereals are not really names that we've seen before ever in the Ethereum or the Consortium or the Protectorate, any of the different factions of the ethereals. But they seem to hold quite a bit of power and hold over the void. And the mechanics and the fight that goes on is extremely dark, and the whole ground becomes void, and it's like you're standing in the middle of the galaxy. It's a really different view and for perspective on what we've dealt with the void before. This is probably going to be the biggest void dungeon, like void content we're going to be seeing in probably ever until the future. But Viceroy Nazar is currently the leader in the area for Suppress and the other ethereals in the dungeon. And so he was the one that was drawn to Lara, and he wants to harness the void. And so he is trying to infuse vessels or people with the void, and he's pretty much experimenting with everything, and it's nothing good. And so, like I said, Lara is a fallen Naru. He is going to be the last boss. He or she, there's not really a label for that for Naru, but so because of the Lara's betrayal as well, what Kil'jaeden did is, as it was weakened, he pretty much sealed it away in the seated triumvirate in one of the buildings, and that's what caused the downfall of that area. And it's actually kind of ironic because Sargeras's plan is to rid the world of the void, but Kil'jaeden's pettiness of locking it away attracts the void to Argus. And I don't think it's going to be like a key factor into what's going to be happening in terms of the future, but it will give us a foreshadowing of what we might be up against in the coming months of the new expansion. Oh, and while you're running around, Illyria Windrunner is running around with us, telling you like, oh, here's this happening, blah, 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 kind of like a guide or something other. But what's interesting is something I didn't realize until I was doing it on my Paladin is when you're first going through Argus and you're with Terralion, when you're fighting one of the big pit lords, I think his name is Agonar. He's the new king of the pit lords. Excuse me. But when you get chained, Illyria actually pops out of a void portal and is utilizing the void in a helpful manner, kind of like a shadow priest, where she's learned a lot about the void. And when you first go to get Zura, she actually mentions that she was imprisoned by Zura for tapping into the void. And that's another foreshadowing of maybe Illyria would be consumed by the void. We'll see more about that as story progresses on Argus. But yeah.
So I meant to say earlier, in regards to the patch, I've been thinking, or in regards to the expansion, I've been thinking about this a lot. Obviously, they're giving us a lot of catch-up stuff right now to make our quality of life easier because we're winding down in the expansion. But I got to be honest with you guys, I think we're going to be getting expansion a lot sooner than everybody expects. I know that at this point, we're looking for the expansion announcement to be at BlizzCon since it didn't happen at Gamescom. Obviously, BlizzCon's going to be where that's announced. But I was thinking about it, people are going to say I'm crazy. I'm going to get comments on the show and people are going to be like, you're nuts. I'm thinking April-ish, right? Maybe the end of March, maybe the beginning of April, might even be May. But let me tell you why I think that even more now. Their thing has been rolling out the content every 3 months, right? They're rolling out the content every 3 months versus giving us everything at once. I think that in approaching the next expansion, it's logical to assume that we would get an expansion sooner because they don't have to have the whole thing ready at launch. They have to have enough content for the first 3 months because that's what really matters. So I was kind of on the fence about whether or not it's possible that we would see an earlier in the year expansion versus getting the announcement in November and then not seeing it till mid-year, or even, you know what I mean? Like I've been kicking around in my head.
Because it's been roughly 2 years usually, right? So
and I think if you approach it from that standpoint, I think we probably are looking at March or April for an expansion, to be pretty honest with you. I would be really surprised if it's not in one of those 2 months. Maybe May. I don't really think that we would be looking that far out, in my opinion, because of the way the content's being rolled out. But I'm just saying, in there, I was thinking about that while Ren was talking, and I'm like, so if we're going by that, they don't have to have the entire expansion completed, for it to roll out. Or even if we get an announcement in November, that would mean the week we come back from BlizzCon, it should be live in beta, right? It should be
That'd
beta.
Be crazy.
Beta would be up because they would already be anticipating if that's the way that Blizzard's going to play that. And then that would put all that time for it to be in beta for them to launch the first, whatever. Obviously, I'm shooting blanks, but that's really weird.
I thought that's what
I'm just kind of like, it's guesstimating here just based off Blizzard's, the little bit of their behavior. But I don't think I'm that far-fetched for thinking that an expansion would be sooner rather than later because the content, they don't have to have the whole expansion done in the very beginning because they work on it as we go. So, and if you think about it, that's actually pretty fucking smart. If they're not doing that, I need you to listen to me, Blizzard, and I need you to do that if you're not doing it, because
as long as they don't rush it.
Yeah, I'm giving you money. Well, they've been working on the expansion this whole time.
Right. They always work at their expansion ahead of time, but we've had some...
They have two different teams. It doesn't take resources because they have two different teams.
A minor team and a major team. Can I clarify what we were rambling about for the pets before? So obviously I didn't know some of the information, and I did get the two pets mixed up. So we already knew Environeer Burt was available, and he drops Pet Satchel, and he drops Dibbler in that satchel, right? We already knew that. But what Belle was referring to was, she was right, the one pet now is cageable. I got it confused with one you get from Rep. So the Eye of Inquisition, I got confused with the Extinguished Eye, which you get from Nightfall and Rep, right? No big deal. But the Eye of Inquisition, excuse me, I think I said that way wrong earlier. But it was, you had to farm it, right? From large Fellhold infernal looking things on the Broken Shores or whatever, and now can be unlearned and sold or purchased, right? So that is new, and thank you for that information.
Yeah, no one expects the Eye of Inquisition.
No one ever expects the eye in general.
Well, it's the Extinguished Eye. It's confusing, but yeah, it's...
You're distinguished, just so you are aware.
Right, thank you.
But back on that tinfoil hat, my theory would be that a pre-patch, they always do like a pre-patch content where you're like, oh, you have to rebel against the Horde, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we still have that to look to as well. So I definitely agree. And I'm hoping that this time around when they do the pre-patch event that they're going to do, I'm hoping it is a lengthy one. I would like to see them do some gated content like they've been doing.
Similar to Argus, I guess?
Do a 77-day run, right? do a, your normal, make it an evergreen content patch or whatever the fuck they refer to their crap as, but do it as something that's gated where each week something new comes out that you need to do, because the events, they're getting better every expansion for sure, but they're so fast that it leaves something to be desired. People get so wound up for these events, and then you log in, you do it, and it's done. Not everybody likes it fast, guys. Sometimes we need to be romanced, and we need it to be a little slow. You know what I'm saying? You ladies out there know exactly what I'm talking about.
Belle, we don't have lady viewers.
We have tons of lady viewers. We do.
We do?
We do. We have tons of them.
You're a guy, because females obviously don't play games, so it's all good.
We have tons.
I
Maria
apologize.
Delgado is one of them. She's been listening to us for a really, really long time.
Hi, Maria.
Yeah, say hi to Maria. She's awesome. So yeah, we have tons. Bethany listens to us. I probably know all of the names of our female viewers that have ever commented on the YouTube, because they are few and far between. We don't get a lot of female viewers.
I was gonna say they must be strong women.
I love that though. I really love when I find out that a woman watches. It makes me just happy in the pants.
Especially with all the rude things you've said towards
just
women
really love
gamers
it.
over the years.
My buddy Joker of Queens listens too. Like everybody, I'm pretty sure I just butchered her Twitter name, but I'm tired, so don't judge me. I love you, dear. I love you. Yeah, we do have women, and it's nice when women reach out to me and say, I watch your show and I love what you're doing, because it is a fucking sausage fest in here, guys. It's a sausage fest in the show. It's a
We just got
it's a sausage fest on the YouTube comments. Like, I love all of you sausages, but sometimes I just want a hot dog bun.
the best thing ever that I've ever heard you say.
Sometimes I just want a hot dog bun.
No.
This is why they watch.
Glad we're not going to be stuck in the same raid for over a year.
Right.
That's
right. Agree there. So, good tinfoil hatting, guys. Mark my words. Put that. You can pretty much
Put that in your pipe.
and probably
Smoke it.
pass it.
You can bank that.
We really screwed that up, guys, but I feel like we were on the road of something miraculous in Discovery there. So this week is going to be a fantastic week for me, because we are doing we have the NA finals before we do the grand finals at BlizzCon. So the NA teams, there's going to be 12 of them that are going to go head to head. I think it's 12. Pretty sure it's 12. I'm pretty sure it's 12. Yes. I don't really know. It's 8 or 12 for NA. Hold on. Let me get confirmation.
Doesn't matter. Tempo Storm.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the amount of teams. But, so Thursday, September 7th is going to be the first day. It's going to be at 1 p.m. PDT time. This is kind of crappy and really, like, not great for me because I have work. So I'm going to have to do some sidestepping to be able to do what I need to do. But I'm just working on confirming the different 12 teams. That's what I thought. So there's 12 teams from NA. 4 of those guys are going to move on. So we had 4 from EU. We have 4 from NA. We had 2 from China, 1 from Asia Pacific ? And then 1 from Latin America, which comprise the 12 teams that are going to battle it out at BlizzCon for the grand finals. So let's take a look at the standings. Tempo Storm obviously is in the lead. They're top dog right now, which is great. They have 420 points. Insert 420 jokes here. Of course I could count on Jimma to totally get my joke. In second, this is current point standing, so this isn't a reflection on good or bad, which I guess the points are kind of a reflection if they're good or bad. Method Synergy. Third is Splice. Fourth is Union. Then you have Method Reborn, Method Awakened. Then you have Frogs in a Pond, Panda Global, Baby Rage, Onion Ball, Sneaky Snakes, and Your Name Here. I believe those are according to the standing list, those should be the teams that are moving on. Onion Ball and Sneaky Snakes are both tied with the same amount of points. So
Sneaky Snake.
I think we should expect to see them. Now, I'm excited to see Union. I want to see kind of how far they've come since the last, since Cup 5, which is when I was kind of really taken aback in the Northern American, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Cup 5. And Splice, I don't know I haven't heard hide nor hair from them. I don't know if they're even alive, to be perfectly honest. Obviously, we're going to expect really great things from Tempo Storm. These teams, no matter what Tempo Storm does, they're amazing at everything that they do. Tempo Storm has Rocket League teams and Overwatch teams, and like Tempo Storm is pretty much in everything. I think they're most known, correct me if I'm wrong, Rem, for their Heroes of the Storm play. I think is what they're most...
well, that's the thing, like, there's the hype thing to do right now is have different teams in every sports, and Warcraft is definitely overlooked. But like Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, every other Warcraft game is publicized 100% with those other, like, the team managers. They actually care.
Yeah, right.
Like on most team websites, they don't even list the Warcraft arena.
Isn't that crazy that they don't even care about Warcraft? Warcraft matters, guys, and fucking Warcraft lives matter. And I'm gonna need people to just stop being basic.
You need to pay homage.
So I'm probably outside of Method, of course. You guys know I'm Team Method. I don't have to tell you guys that. I am really excited to see what Union is going to bring to the table, because I really enjoy Union's play. Panda Global wasn't too terrible to me. I think that they have a lot to prove where I'm concerned, so I'm going to need you to make it happen. But I like what they're selling, and I might buy it. So good things to expect from those games. Obviously, the 3 Method teams, I've already told you guys, Reborn's going to have to show me that they're better than the bullshit they've been playing with their 4th placements of these cups. I'm going to need them to show me that they can fucking make it happen. So unless they can make it happen, I'm going to have to jump on Maldiva's bandwagon and be Team Synergy. But Awakened, man, Smexon is really, really, really talented, as are I think for Awakened we got Roasties, Wiz, Smexon. I'm trying to remember who the other guy is. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, yeah, I expect Tempo Storm to perform at the top of their game, and I'm excited to see some rivalry between Rem and I. Because,
it'll be a good game, so. Yeah,
I think it's going to be really good. So, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to apologize in advance because I typically tweet every single second of the matches because I'm,
famous.
No, I'm pins and needles, dude. I'm like watching. I'm in. I need to be connected, and I'm really excited because it's this week. So Thursday, guys, Warcraft on Twitch, and it'll also be MLG will also be streaming it as well. So get in, get on, do the things, cheer for your favorite team. Follow me on Twitter if you want to banter back and forth about games. I love talking to people on Twitter during games. It's like one of my most favorite things to do. I have a couple people that I banter back and forth with during the games just to talk about the different teams. So, get excited about that. Next week, I'll have a nice breakdown of what happened, and I think I might even highlight some of my favorite moments there.
Please do. Who are you rooting for again?
Well, so the thing about it is obviously I'm rooting for Method, I don't have to tell anybody that, but I am interested in seeing the gameplay from, I told you about Union. I do want to see some Union gameplay because I want to see what they're made of, and I want to see a little bit of, Frogs in the Pond wasn't bad either, honestly.
You just want to see some good games.
I just want to see some good PvP, and I want to see some fucking live lords. I want to see people that are really, really showing me that they're worth $100,000. I don't want you to get up there with no bullshit and go in and just expect people to die. Like, I want to see the stuff that champions are made of. I want to see you at 0.0% health and you fucking live through it until the cooldown comes off on your bubble and you survive. I want to see godlike gameplay this week. I need it for my soul. Like, it just need it. EU was really good. And the funny thing is but remember, I talked about this, I want to say a couple months ago, I told you guys I didn't know a lot of the EU teams because I wasn't awake to watch EU stuff. Well, I was not given a choice in the EU stuff for the regionals, but I'm really glad that I did because I got to see a lot of really good teams that I would have never had access to. And I got to see some really, really good gameplay happening from, not just my normal people that I watch.
Does Zuniaki still do EU arenas or no?
I don't fucking know. I know the teams. I don't necessarily know all the players. One thing at a time, dude. I barely got the teams down. Now I gotta get the... you gave me a random EU-Naki name. What did you say? EU-Nashi?
Zuniaki.
Totally what I thought that you said.
But no, that he's a shadow priest that
Suwasaki Ninja.
Yeah, we were talking about that also earlier about God Comp not really being seen a lot lately Frieza would be crying right now because he ditched me for.
That's the only thing that matters.
Right.
God,
Oh my God! You just did the best Frieza impression ever.
Things have just changed, obviously. It's a different time in Arena, right?
He wanted me to be a priest so fucking bad that we ruined a friendship over me not be willing to play what he wanted to play for God Comp. And I'm sorry. Now look at you. There's no God Comp, guys. Just kidding. I'm
Whoa. We all still believe.
Well, I'm sure people still do it, but
I'm just joking.
You know, but it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna make it, guys. You and I together. So yeah, PvP. That's what we have to look forward to.
That's exciting. The road to BlizzCon. The road to BlizzCon, guys. 2 months.
So before we do our weeks in WoW, I think we could have. I'm gonna get my notebook ready for Gemma to announce the 2 winners of the pet. So are you giving 2 different pets away?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the first pet?
So the first one is the one from the Chromie thing. It's the new Bronze Proto Drake or something.
Bronze Proto Whelp?
I'm pretty sure something bronze.
Ageless something.
Bronze Proto. The one that looks like the Timeless Proto Drake, which is the Bronze Proto Whelp. Don't get it confused.
I said Bronze Proto Whelp. Okay, so
you did.
Bronze Proto Whelp, what's the second one?
A Ghost Wolf.
Ghost
Wolf Frost
pup.
Wolf pup.
Frost Wolf. Jesus
Frost
fuck.
Wolf.
Frost or Ghost?
The Frost Ghost Wolf pup.
Puppies.
Frost Wolf pup. Okay, who's getting the Bronze Proto Whelp?
Oh man, let me tell you. Da.
Anticipation is killing me.
Brad Schneider. The Schneider. The Schneidster. The Schneiderama.
Brad Schneider, I need you to comment on this episode and say, hey, Belle,
Give me my pet.
here's my battle tag. I need you to comment your battle tag so that I can have Gemma add you. Comment your battle tag. Say, hey, my name's Chuck and I'm here to party. Here's my battle tag. So, Brad, congratulations for the Frostwolf pup. Who is getting that?
Oh man, that Madman 26 Madman. No, excuse me, Mad 26 Man 26. I try to be funny.
Mad 26 Man 26.
Bam! I've seen him all up in the comments.
Number 2, you've won the Frostwolf pup. Comment on the YouTube and comment your battle tag so that Gemma can do his thing. I want to thank you guys for the very nice compliments. Some of you guys said I was pretty, but I was like, wow, we have a lot of comments this week. Like, this is great. And then I remembered Gemma was giving something away, and then I was really sad because I was like, we had to pay people basically to comment on the show.
Right?
But I'm not above bribery, guys. It did.
I am. But just to clarify, I think we might have said the prize wrong. It's Frostwolf Ghost Pup. We might have said that, but I'm just saying it again.
It's the Frostwolf Ghost Pup?
Yeah.
Is that even a fucking pet?
Yeah, it's an undead pet from archaeology. Or they should have called it Barchaeology. Haha.
Guys, that was so bad.
I stole it from our comments.
He's so happy.
Because I read the comment today. I usually check out the show comments like a day or two after or the day of, but I rechecked today and there's a couple new ones, and Brad Schneider left that one in there.
The only
I laughed.
reason why I haven't done the show comments this week, I did catch up. I think
you
after
responded
show,
to some people.
I did respond. I did miss some because my mom's in town and I've been trying to stay off the computer while she's here. But Barchaeology, Jesus Crimines.
Woof.
Jesus Crimines. Okay, so with that being said, congratulations, guys. Make sure you comment your battle tags. Gemma, what did you do this week in the Craft of World?
Before I tell you, I just want to apologize to all the lady listeners. I did not want to sound disrespectful. I want to thank all 4 of you for watching us every week. Thank you. Rem and I will dress a little sharper next week.
You're going to need to impress these ladies, okay?
I know.
I can't be the only one showing up looking fly. I actually don't look like crap, but whatever. The viewers love me. They don't care. You guys don't care what I look like, and I love that about you. Never have you ever been like, wow, Belle, you look busted. And there are days when I know that I look busted.
Busted.
Like that show we had double tissues. That was amazing.
That was
Oh,
amazing.
right. I have no shame. Guys, we're intimate. Every week we get on here and I connect with people through the vibes of the internet, and we're intimate. We don't have to showboat here. You know I look like crap unless it's show day.
And thank goodness for show day.
Okay, week in WoW, what'd you do?
I learned how to fly. I did arena with Rem. I don't think he enjoyed it because he complained the whole time.
I don't think he enjoyed it at all, to
I
be
don't
quite
know if he
honest.
did.
Jim was having a blast. He's happy. He's smiling. Like, he's just do-do-do. And
We're having fun.
Rem is just not loving his life at all.
I get his frustration because he is like the damage dummy. Like everyone goes on him, but sometimes you really don't know if he's enjoying himself. But I think he did overall. He'll tell us in his own week and WoW. But I had a lot of fun. I didn't get a chance to even get to Argus till I think Thursday. I was so busy with work and blah, blah, blah. I worked a 12-hour today. Still love to do the show. Still got some Argus stuff in. Little behind. Oh, those pet battles in Argus is really cool because they're all available all the time. So if you want to get your achievements out, most of you may already know this, but you could literally do all your pet teams, beast pets, undead pets, one after another and knock out your achievements. But the couple that I did were really fun. So yeah, I think the Argus stuff is pretty fun so far.
Mm-hmm. I remember you saying that you were doing lots of Argus pet battles this week, which I thought was nice. It was fun. You messaged me earlier in the week and told me that you were doing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I kind of wanted to do the segment and maybe show some clips of doing some of those pet battles, but we didn't get around to it. But the one guy was just like hitting me for 2,500 damage. He just blows you up. What are you going to do?
Act a fool.
Act a fool. Good
Rem?
call.
I actually don't know what you did this week because I didn't game a lot this week. You gamed more than I did because I was
Maja and all that.
Yeah, I had to aggro.
Maja.
I had to aggro the mom.
When I did quite a bit. I am just vocal in arenas. I did enjoy the arenas that we won. So, I am just vocal in PvP. Let's just put it that way. Pretty much anything that's PvP. But no, I did the arenas with Jim at Banks. I didn't really do the mythics this week, but I did do a lot of time walking. I did a lot of farming every day. In the morning, I'd be on farming Veiled Argonites, getting that stuff done. Chance of getting legendaries, chance of getting good items. Just a lot of farming, a lot of miscellaneous stuff. A lot of the alts didn't get touched really, that were below 110. And there's a lot of Argus stuff, living the life in Argus.
Has it been a while since any of you got some legendaries? I'd like one.
I haven't gotten any in a while yet.
I got Friday on last Monday.
Ooh.
Congrats, nice.
Good.
It's not a good thing. But
No, it's bad.
Well, it's a legendary nonetheless. Beggars can't be choosers, Rem. You're being selfish.
I'm not being a beggar. I'm putting in the work and I'm getting shit. So.
And it's a major thing.
Major, not minor.
I
guys.
didn't get the best legendary for my class on the first.
So it's
second,
minor.
Like you.
That seems major.
First of all, you're being a little bit of a judgy cunt because it's not my fault that I got it first. I didn't ask for said legendary. So you're being a little bitter towards me. But I want you to know that I'm going to give you all of my juice. That sounded really weird. I'm going to give you all of my mojo. That sounds better. I'm going to give you all of my legendary mojo so that you can harness that into good energy when you're doing your stuff.
I feel like he's going to get one in the next week. Thanks, Belle.
Second it touches me, so.
I do think you're going to get one in the next week, and I think it's going to be because I gave you my mojo. I do have good luck sometimes.
Or it's because all the people that are playing the content.
No, that was very generous of her. I'm glad she did that for you.
I wouldn't just give my mojo to anyone. I don't know what rumors you've heard, right? I don't just give it to anyone. So I'm offering to harness my mojo for you, which I don't know if you know. My mojo is amazing. What?
Have you ever seen Austin Powers? It can be taken.
Mojo, baby.
That's true. They did. They took it while he was frozen. You right, Ram. You right. We made that really weird. Let's just not make this super weird, guys. Yeah.
It's a man, baby.
So this week in the World of Warcraft, I did not do as much as I would have liked, because I was running interference with the mom. But she's only in town once a year, so sometimes that's okay to just do mom things. And yeah, don't
You
really.
started your guide for the mount thing, which is
I
not
did.
easy.
I started
A
working
lot
on
of
it's
info.
going to be a pain in the frickin' rear, but I did start it. Only there's going to be 20 videos by the time I get it done, but it's getting
But
done anyway.
not a Bell Method video
The
though.
Netherlight Crucible video will be out this week also, for those that are interested in knowing what they need to know about that. I think it's being edited tomorrow actually, and it should. I think it might be released the 6th or the 7th. It might be out. I'll make sure that I link to this episode when it's out or whatever. So yeah, I didn't do a whole lot that I wanted to do, and it's funny that I've had a week with no work and I'm actually more tired than I've been when I do work. To be fair, that my mother, it's a lot of work. Rem can tell you it's like a 24-hour job. It's a lot of work. So yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. So yeah.
Did you send Rem to Walmart with her?
I should have. He would kill her. She's a nightmare in public.
Oh, really? The apple doesn't fall
Yeah,
apart.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, think me times a billion.
I don't know if I could handle you times 2. I don't know.
She's 5 foot and she's full-blooded Italian.
Right?
Let your imagination.
Nice tan, though.
And I'm only half Italian. I think that's why she's worse than me, because I'm only part Italian, not all the way. I blend in with the white people. I like blend. That's why I told my mom earlier, because my mom's really dark, and I'm like, I just blended in with the white people so that people wouldn't hate me.
Well, we're all like pretty homely though too. So
speak for yourself. I'm not homely.
no, I mean, if you don't get any sun.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean like in the house? I was like, speak for yourself, because I'm cute.
That's good.
I'm also vain. Just kidding. Yeah, we don't leave very often. We don't leave the house. Rem's been here on vacation and we have not went anywhere, ever. Yeah,
You got food, internet, and
everything
Warcraft.
is here. There's snacks provided. He has an unlimited supply of tea because I re-upped his tea supply yesterday. But you can't have any rice. Rem called him a rat. It was so funny.
That is funny.
Oh, guys, it's just a treat.
I love him, so it's okay.
The earlier he knows, though, the better.
Well, I've snuck and
I'll bring
eaten-
my own next time.
I've
so.
snuck and eaten a Rice
That would be
Krispie treat. Rem just made the mistake of doing it where he could see him. He just happened to see.
You should give him the box of Rice Krispie treats and go, here, you little rat. I brought you some.
That's so good. So
kids are funny.
freaking good. So that's pretty much all I did this week, guys. And I think that's pretty much, unless I'm missing anything, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. I think that's pretty much our week in our show, right?
It was a pretty hyped up week. You got some Argus stuff in. You got to
Oh
Argus.
yeah, I made sure I went in and did the
yeah?
Argus stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I made sure I went in and did the Argus stuff
Right.
with Rem. We did it as a group of people.
I think sometimes you guys forget how many hours or some of the basic stuff you guys get done, right? The
Yeah,
new
we do.
Argus
Well,
stuff.
and I don't usually not play, but I've been trying to respect my mom being here and not sitting up here. Last time she was here, I spent a good portion of my time up here, and I felt bad. So, and she came earlier this year because last year and the year before she came right before BlizzCon, which is a bad idea because my brain, once the end of September happens, the whole month of October, because I'm leaving October 31st, my brain is not going to be on anything normal. Everything is going to be.
And I know
BlizzCon,
Rem's
BlizzCon.
trying not to help you. Make sure he helps you with those backer things, okay? He didn't help you.
So I have all the stuff for the backers. I got the t-shirts,
Whoa.
I got the posters, I got the stickers, I got all the things that we need, and I just got the shipping envelopes that I needed to ship everything out. So,
So, earlier she's like, oh yeah, today I would like to do the backer stuff. She didn't even.
Instead I watched some weird shit on TV.
Vampire Diaries.
We haven't watched that all week because I've been watching TV with my mom in the living room.
No, it's been The Recruit and Bad Moms. And...
Does she like Judge Judy? She watch judge shows?
Funny
love
story,
Judge
my
Judy.
grandmother, my mom's mom.
Mine
was
too, yeah.
Just like Judge Judy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I tell my mom I don't know how you watch that because she doesn't like her mother any more than I do. I actually don't like my grandmother, but I'm like, how could you watch her? It reminds me of your mother.
Does she watch her?
She does.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I got stuck watching weird pool show.
Good thing you...
Pool builders where they like
Oh, that's actually kind
What's
of
it?
interesting.
What's
what
it?
they do.
The pool. They
I
like.
can't remember the name of it, but they make the unique aquariums for people's houses. and
They
shit
do like over
Deuce
pool
Bigelow?
overhauls. I don't really even know.
Yes.
So
Just
guys,
like Deuce Bigelow.
we've now derailed into the awkward territory where I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about anymore. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and or watching. I've noticed that I haven't looked at the audio version only yet, but the YouTube, I've noticed there's some new ones out there. Guys, if you're new, comment, tell me where you're from. Thank you for being a part of our family, and thank you for letting us entertain you for an hour and a half every week. This is an intimate business we have together, and I really love that you let us come into your home and your eardrums, and I made this kind of weird, but you guys can, just know that you're loved and we love you.
We welcome you.
I kind of got a little seductive there, right? Did anybody pick up on that? That was a little phone sex operator, maybe in a past life.
Previous career.
That's what it sounded like.
Wow. Anyway, moving on, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. 800 of you watch the show right away every week, and there's like 17 thumbs up. Also, to the 2 people who dislike the show every week, fuck you, because I don't care.
They took a week off last week.
I know there was only one dislike,
But
that's okay. The dislikes make me feel good, because if you're disliking, I'm still in your brain, and that's okay. Guys, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Baby Groot says goodbye. Baby Groot's wearing lipstick, but guys, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here.
Peace.
Bye. You made it weird. Everybody just made it super weird.
You minor, we major. You minor.
I'm gonna have to name the show Argus Minor. I'm gonna name it Argus Major.
Argus changes major.
Major.
Major changes versus minor changes.
I hate you, by the way. To me, it was a major update. I thought it was major.
I can hear you through the walls. Calm down.
I'm just saying, I thought it was. Can you hear me through the walls? Fuck. You know why? Because it's really loud in my ear.